Well, good evening, Facebook. We're getting a twofer today. I just finished up my last call for the day a little while ago, and I'm headed home finally. Friday night, end of the month of May, or end of the month of April. Last call was kind of fun. The guy said that he had smelled a strange odor, a burning odor, whenever he had gone outside because his air conditioning wasn't working. I fired the system up and everything started running, but the blower motor capacitor was reading 2 with no load, 2 at a 7.5. So the first thing I did was I changed the capacitor and fired up the blower, put the sporlan on it, and checked the charge just for pressures, and we were below 60 psi on an R22 on the suction. So I was looking at the evaporator coil. It was pretty dirty. Looked at the condenser coil. It had a good collection of dirt on at least one of the sides. So I went ahead and cleaned the evaporator and the condenser coil before worrying too much about the refrigerant charge as to whether or not it was accurate. And when I pulled the condenser fan out to clean the condenser coil, I inadvertently spun the blade on the fan, and instead of free spinning as it would normally, as soon as I stopped moving the fan blade, it actually just stopped itself. So I knew that the bearings were going out. There was a lot of oil grime on the bottom of the condenser fan motor. So called up the property management company and told them what was going on, and they authorized putting a new condenser fan in it. The only problem was the dual run capacitor was a 50 by 5, and the condenser fan needed a 7.5. So rather than pulling out the 50 by 5, I strapped a 7.5 with some plumbing strap on the side and jumped into the common wire to get my capacitor on there. Fired it up. System was definitely running low refrigerant charge. Had 35 degrees of superheat on it. Let it run for a little while to make sure that the coils were dried up pretty good, and put a little refrigerant into it and got them up to right on target for the refrigerant pressures, and my superheat was within 5. So got him taken care of. It's interesting when you start quoting prices, numbers add up pretty quick. They got out of it on a 2001 Armstrong or Duquesne. I can't remember what the compact series is. I think it's Armstrong. It had similar Armstrong nomenclature for the model number. But they got up to $680 to get the system back online. And they, didn't really balk at the price. Ended up, I'm pretty sure it was about a pound. I didn't actually use the scale because we were pretty close as far as target pressures when I started. It was a target pressure like 68, and I had a 53 or something. So I knew it wasn't going to take a whole lot. Got them up and running. The target temperature split was somewhere around 18, if I remember right. And I think they ended up with a 23 and I couldn't get into the crawl space. It was an extremely low crawl, but I'm pretty sure they might have had something like a 14-inch flex on the system, and it was a 3-ton unit. I didn't bother checking static on it. I figured it's been that way since 2001. I did make mention on my invoice that the system was cooling a wider temperature split than it was designed to, but didn't get into the ducting a whole lot. I just told them that system measurements indicated that the ducting was inadequate for proper airflow. But anyway, I just wanted to check in this evening for a few minutes and give you a rundown of that last call. Had a bit of a lull in the middle of the day where not a whole lot was going on. I had I had that install today where we swapped out the air temp for the train. That went swimmingly. And I found out that after the fact, Monday night, one of our other technicians went out to the house, had to put 5 pounds of refrigerant in it, and had to replace the condenser fan motor. And the system was only put in August. So I can understand why the customer wanted to get rid of the stupid thing, with a couple of things that rubbed him the wrong way, and then a fairly drastic issue within the first year. What is that, 8 months? August to April, 8 or 9 months. Already had to put a condenser fan in it. I wouldn't be happy about that either. But anyway, I'm gonna quit. I'm not too far from home. My parents are in town. My younger brother, Matt Raridan, I used to use his music in my videos a lot, is getting married soon, and his fiance's bridal shower is this weekend, so my parents are down from Ohio for that. It'll be nice to see him. We haven't seen him for a while. I don't even remember when we saw him last, but it's been some time. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, and have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. Those of you that are on call, don't stick your hands in a fan blade. That's not a good way to get a couple of days off. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.